Bill once again talking to you guys about our 4-3-1 build out. And this concept that we've been practicing a lot in games, but we're kind of getting away from some of our key concepts, so I wanted to go back to it. First of all, you see that the field is divided up into our lanes. We have the right wing, we have the half position, we have the central lane, we have the half position on the left, and the wing on the far left. Our 5 and 4 are back inside the box to set up for the goal kick. Ideally, hips are open to the field, not facing the goalkeeper, but rather seeing where the pressure is. We have our 2 and 3 sit up out to the sideline, and I'm going to set in pressure here in a little bit, but I would encourage those players to get into the defensive third as they are setting up so that they are easier pass for that 5 to play out to the wing. Our 6 is in the middle, and depending on which way the ball moves, we'll talk about his movements in the middle. And the 8 and 10 are in the half position, with the 9 playing up high. All right, let's add in some pressure here. So when we're talking about building out from a goal kick, we want to make sure that we recognize where the pressure is and how we want to get around it in order to create better opportunities for us to get up the field out of our defensive third into the attack. Okay, so if the team is playing a 3-2-3, this is pretty common. They'll try to pressure out here. If you notice, their fullbacks are coming up, usually probably pinching inside to take away the ball over top and trying to minimize our space. If we see this as pretty high press, recognize as a goalie, if you see 1, 2, 3 players lined up here, we have to then assume that they're probably going to press with 3 players. And if they are pressing with 3, we have to quickly think about our strategies for getting out of that pressure. Okay. If I drew a circle in this space here, we would see that in this small space from the 18, the end line, to our defensive third, we actually have 4 players to their 3. So we do have a numerical advantage, and we're going to use that and the spaces that's not being utilized back here and back here to open up and take advantage of the extra player and get beyond their pressure. Okay, so our typical startup would be the 1 playing to the 4. We'd expect them to press with 2 players, 6 pushing in, and 9 kind of playing here to stop any passbacks. When this happens, we are trying to find our 10, our 6, or our 2. So it's especially important that these players create passing windows. So the 6 would slide over to create a better passing window right here. Our 10 would try to come and create a passing window here, far enough away from any pressure. And our 2 would maybe even drop all the way back here, way back into the defensive third, so that outlet pass is more easily made. Okay. The 9, if we went this direction, I would expect them to shift over to the ball side, mostly to put pressure on the 3 to make a choice if he's defending the 9 long or if he's defending the 10 short. And then, this player can choose the option of playing wide, splitting it to the 6 if he can play a good ball out to the 10, or if he wants to send it long up to the 9 and let him run into this new space here. So those are our new spaces. The wing is now opening up. The half position here, the 2 out wide is opening up. We are moving in those areas. And the 6, if he is able to get the ball here, he now has space to bring the ball up and create a counterattack with our 9. Let's go ahead and take a look at another situation as you guys kind of take a look at the pattern of movement here. One thing I would say is I didn't really talk about the 8 and the 3. We are playing overload, so I would like the 8 to move into the middle, and I would like the 3 to pinch in towards the inside. If it went up that way, 5 coming in to kind of fill that space in the middle and be ready to move up out of our defensive third so we can push some type of offside trap. So those are the positions moving without the ball. Okay, let's go back to our start, and I want to talk about another option for us that I think will work well if we ever saw or if we ever experience that the team is pressuring with three. So a three-man press, the 8, 9, and 6 are all playing up high, and maybe we've seen it once or twice in the game, and we expect that they are going to pressure all three at once. This could be very effective on us, as they would be able to close in, pressure the ball, and close in, and shut down that passing windows very quickly for us to get the ball out as we try to make a pass either to our 5 or 4. So to counter this, what we're going to do is I'm going to have the 4 start the kick. So the right fullback is going to pass it to the 1 and then immediately run to the outside, the new space creating out here to the wing. When those players come running in, that 6 is going to have to choose if he's going to double up on the 1 or open up by going out to the out where the 4 went. When that happens, we should get a pocket of space for the 6 to run into if he goes wide. If he doesn't go wide, which is more common, he's probably taught go after the ball, go after the ball. We're going to have that pocket of space out here for the 4. So we just play the ball out wide into that new space and then have our 2 and our 9 shifting over to attack up. Here, try to get the ball out of our defensive third, and now we got numbers going up out of the space. Okay, so again, what happens is instead of the 1 kicking the ball off, the 4 is going to pass it to the 1 and immediately break to the outside wing. So 4 is going to start with the ball. He will pass it to the 1 and then immediately not turn his back, but run so his hips are facing forward and see where the pass is coming from. But he's going to break out to that wing, and he's watching the 6. Is the 6 choosing to go with the 4, or is the 6 and the 9 both doubling in on the 1? If they both double in, we got to release it out wide quickly. If the 6 breaks out, then our 6 needs to come from this middle position into the half space quickly, and with their voice, open up to create space for that ball. Okay, so those are 2 options for our build out when we're talking about doing goal kicks.